And we're here with the last round of Swiss. You may have noticed that I am not Jess. We have Anthony Hodgson against Mauritz van Dyk in the last round. And unfortunately for the viewers at home, it is a green-black mirror.
Yeah. So this is going to be pretty slow and grindy, I would expect. I believe the player who accrues the most 2-for-1s will win this matchup. And the decks are very similar, but I believe Mauritz may have a couple more planeswalkers, which may help him out in this one.
Mauritz also has the Eldest Reborn mainboard, which is a pretty good card in this type of matchup. The reason being, it can reanimate all of Mauritz's big creatures, which he is playing, I believe, slightly more than Anthony.
I think he's okay. So he's on 2 Doom Whisperers and a Carnage Tyrant, where
Anthony's just on
Anthony's on 3 Whispers and a Carnage Tyrant.
Yes, 3 Whisperers, 1 Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah, so we see Anthony playing the Lano Elf. So I believe the previous Merfolk Brancher Walker traded with the Glowspore Shaman, and now we'll see the Seeker Squire after an attack for 3.
But it's going down to 17.
It seems that Mauritz may be a little stuck for lands. The awkward thing with Raska is you have to sacrifice a land to draw a card, so I believe he will maybe take care of the Branch Walker, but then it dies to Lano Elf.
It's also just a safe option to plus up for no value here.
Yeah,
because
just plus up because it's a May.
Yeah, it's a May sack, and Anthony only has 5 power on board at the moment. This isn't a previous format where you could pump.
Doesn't he? Wouldn't it go to 5 or was it a +2?
It's a +2.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that would have been a good option then. We're going to see the Seeker Square finish it off, and then Carnage Tyrant. So this game is all but over, I think. I think Mauritz would need like a mixture of the finality half of find finality and then finish it off with either the Eldest Reborn or the Playcrafter. So I think Anthony is pulling further ahead than Mauritz here.
And these green-black decks tend to sort of just died games based on, oh, I got a tempo advantage.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to win because that's how this matchup ends up playing. Mauritz taking 8 here, going down to 9. He is facing a neutral attack and just goes to the next turn.
So that was a pretty quick one. I believe that's the quickest one we've had all day. I don't know how the sideboard matchups differ.
So it's going to depend on what cards are.
Yeah, we'll bring up the deck list for you. So for Anthony, what would you bring in?
Playing against this sort of matchup, you kind of want Death Gorge Scavenger because your opponent's going to be having some sort of recursion post-board. He doesn't know that Mauritz is actually playing Journey to Eternity mainboard, so it is very important to have Death Gorge Scavenger in this match.
Will be even more valuable than maybe even thought.
And I think Carnage Tyrant is just a very, very good card alongside Assassin's Trophy in this match. So I think Anthony's probably going to side in Vraska, Relic Seeker, Carnage Tyrant, Death Gorge Scavenger, Assassin's Trophy.
What do you think about the Izoni in this mirror?
I think the Izoni is fine, but going wide isn't really the best option to
so what about the card advantage engine?
The card advantage engine could be pretty powerful.
And then for Mauritz?
On Mauritz's side, same thing, Death Gorge Scavenger also in this match. And potentially Ritual of Suit. That is a pretty good card at dealing with most of green-black states except the absolute bombs.
And
the Find Finalities in Mauritz's sideboard instead of mainboard is interesting. I'm pretty sure you'll be siding those in as well. Looking at cards that are taking out Thomas, I can't really make many cuts on Mauritz's side.
No, I think the Izareth, I'm not sure how much he values the Glowspore Shaman Izareth Reanimate package. So I could see cutting down on that, and then
it has death touch as well.
Yeah.
So it can trade out.
Yeah, it's a good attacker. The other thing I'm not sure about is Playcrafter, as you often just trading one of your creatures for the worst one of theirs. And it's a good way of if you can clear the board. So it's good with the combination of finality, clearing the board, and then potentially getting rid of a Carnage Tyrant.
To be honest with you though, I don't think Mauritz can afford to really cut Playcrafter. He is planning on flipping Journey to Eternity somehow.
Yeah. So yeah, other than that, does he have? Okay, he doesn't have the. Okay, he doesn't play Brontodon on his main board to sack to the Journey to Eternity.
No.
Okay. I don't think
they are about ready to start though.
Yeah. So let's try and get a look at their opening hands.
A Carnage Tyrant on Mauritz's side alongside, I believe that looks like Glowspore Shaman, so he probably has left those in.
Yeah, Glowspore Shaman and Find Finality, both players keeping on a 7. We're gonna see Lano Elf here. Yep.
Lano Elves is pretty good in this sort of match to have on the first turn.
Okay, so Glowspore Shaman not using its ability to put a land on top of his deck, maybe showing that Mauritz has plenty of lands in his deck, in his hand.
And Anthony just playing his Jade Light. Interesting that he decided to bottom first.
Yeah.
Instead of guaranteeing 2 counters. Probably means he wants to hit a land.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's a little.
He has 1 land in hand.
And I believe they're both tap lands, so he might have been looking. Ooh, okay, so this is a big tempo swing. Mauritz being able to use 1 card to get both.
Unfortunately for Mauritz, that not putting a land on top of his deck means he has missed the land drop this turn.
But he did have the option of using the Glowspore Shaman to put one of those lands on top, so maybe a little bit of a misstep.
No, he has not missed the land drop this turn.
Has he not? Oh, okay, yeah.
It is only turn 3, but it does not look like he has a land in hand.
No, I believe he has 2 swamps in hand, towards the back of his hand, but I could be incorrect. So I think the Ritual of Soot is especially good against Anthony's version of this deck, as he's playing both the Branch Walker, Seeker Squire, and the Wild Growth Walker. So it hits majority of the creatures in his deck.
And Ravenous Chupacabra coming down to kill Jade Light Danger. Anthony also not wanting to trade his Jade Light Danger with the Glowspore. Interesting line there would have been possibly to kill the Llanowar Elves and constrict Anthony's mana a bit.
Yeah.
I feel a lot of players don't give Llanowar Elves enough respect this format.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony having a couple of tap lands. I think we're going to see the Scavenger.
It is.
The Scavenger is actually pretty good at if it exiles the land. Yeah, so if it exiles the land, future Glowspore Shamans do get worse.
The fact that he can exile things continuously is also pretty relevant.
Okay, so we see the Eldest Reborn. So I imagine we're going to see a. Okay, so we see the Eldest Reborn.
Anthony.
Imagine he's going to sack the Branchwalker here.
Yeah, Branchwalker is not doing too much.
There's a little thing going on that Mauritz is just destroying all of Anthony's creatures, and one of the cards Anthony did reveal off his Explore thing was Azoni. So in the next couple of turns, we could see Azoni. Ooh, okay. So I think Anthony's definitely trying to set up the Azoni for maximum value, just trading off.
And here there is a 6th mana of the land.
I believe, yep. So here we're going to see the Azoni bring about, I would say, 4 or 5 insects here.
Like 4 insects. We cannot fully see his graveyard, unfortunately. And Anthony discarding to the. I didn't see what he discarded. I think it was a Llanowars, possibly.
Yeah, it might have been.
A Doom Whisperer. That is a very, very good card in this match.
Yeah.
although with Ravenous Chupacabra in both players' deck, it does get answered easily enough.
Doom Whisper also interacts pretty well with the last chapter of the Eldest Reborn, as he can maybe reanimate a creature from his graveyard.
Or rather from the top of his deck.
Yeah, or from the top of his deck. So, is it a targeted or a choose ability? Can Anthony use the Memorial to return the thing that Mauritz would target?
Yes, it does target the creature or Planeswalker.
So we could see an interesting...
And I think that's actually what Anthony is considering right now.
Yeah.
He has the mana to cast Vraska, which he do for the turn. Relic Seeker, that is. Vraska can either destroy the Eldest Reborn or Doom Whisperer. However, if he destroys either, it exposes the... Like, he either has the choice of letting his Vraska die to Doom Whisperer or letting his opponent reanimate Doom Whisperer again.
Okay, so because he has Cast Down in his hand, he can... Okay, so this trigger's gonna happen, and it's gonna reanimate a... We're gonna see, I assume it's one of the creatures from Anthony's graveyard.
It's likely Death Court Scavenger.
So then we're gonna see the Memorial return it, I would hope. So we're gonna see... Yeah, we're gonna see the Memorial return the creature that...
Scavenger.
I think it was a Yeah, it was a J-Light Ranger. Okay. So then I believe Anthony also has the cast down for the Doom Whisperer if it's gonna get feisty.
Mauritz has drawn Vraska's Contempt this turn.
Ooh, Carnage Tyrant.
Electing to play Carnage Tyrant instead.
Okay, so we're gonna
attacking
see...
for 6.
Yeah.
And surprised that Mauritz didn't attempt to surveil 2 there before the spell resolved.
Maybe setting up future draw steps.
Anthony can easily just play... Oh, he's missing a land up, but he can easily just play Jade Light.
What about Vraska Plus? Because it still doesn't die to the Carnage Tyrant.
There is a bunch of insects, yes.
Yeah,
so
and it can still protect it.
He doesn't have 6 mana at the moment, though. That's the issue.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah, sack the Memorial.
So the Jade Light would have to hopefully hit a land.
Hit a land and then maybe cast... Oh no, he still has the land wall, so he can still cast... I think he still has a cast down and a Merfolk Branchwalker.
Yes.
I believe he'll...
No, it's double Jade Light in his hand.
Okay, double Jade Light. So he still has access to the cast down. So I believe he'll bin this. Okay, so we'll see him bin this, and then he'll grab the land. And then you play the second Jade Light here.
I think you play the second.
It provides a good blocker for the Carnage Tyrant. If,
you can attempt to block the Carnage Tyrant. It's just awkward if his opponent has exactly Ritual of Suit here.
Yeah.
Or possibly Find Finality.
Or even just another Vraska's Contempt on the double block.
I think you could be safe and just block it with everything.
Sure. Okay, so Anthony puts in the graveyard,
and draws a land. So they are both 3 power.
Yeah. We're going to see the Lano off and the attack from the Carnage Tyrant. What happens if you block with the 4 insects and the 2 Jade Lights?
I think you block with everything excluding Azonia.
Yeah, blocking with Azonia provides a good reanimation target for Mauritz in future turns, and is a way of drawing cards.
Also,
now.
if his opponent happens to have removal spell, he does get to kill everything though. So there is a possibility Anthony just wants to take the damage here.
Oh, okay, but if he blocks with everything, then Mauritz Vraska's Contempts one of the ranges, and then it still has 7 power?
Yeah, 7
power. So it still has enough.
So okay, so what Anthony's doing is, I think, correct. If Mauritz has exactly 1 removal
so
spell,
it's still enough. And he still gets to keep an insect around. Okay, I like this play from Anthony. So trading J-Light Ranger and 3 insects for the Carnage Tyrant.
And the Vraska's Contempt.
And the Vraska's Contempt is very good here. He's traded his Izoni and a couple of J-Light Rangers for the Carnage Tyrant. And
well, 2 premium cards on Mauritz's side, basically.
And the Memorial really showing to be a blot here, just stopping
the one thing Anthony could have considered was actually blocking with the Izoni just to Memorial.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, so we're going to see this. Yeah, it's going to make a menacing pirate. And then a pass back to Mauritz.
And Mauritz double Plague Crafter in hand, I believe. And yeah, you probably were correct in saying Plague Crafter really should not have been sided, or not have been kept in post-board.
Yeah. It's not great when, like, it's good on a clearer board, but when Anthony gets to the stage where he's deploying planeswalkers and playing a bunch of creatures with his own and such. I think we're gonna see a Memorial back to the Death Gorge Scavenger, and then the Death Gorge Scavenger making work of Mauritz's graveyard.
Alternatively, you could just try and protect it, Vraska, hold up mana so he can jump block and sack his creatures to the Izoni and draw cards.
I do believe Anthony will have both mana to bring back the Death Gorge Scavenger, cast it, and still leave up cast down. So I think we may see that
there is a die on, oh, it's a 2/2. That is what the die is.
Yeah, it's one of the menacing pirates. So I think you may go for that line. We're going to see the crack of the Memorial. Gonna buy back the, buy back the Death Gorge Scavenger. Gonna see it exile Carnage Tyrant. Okay,
yes.
That's good.
The Carnage Tyrant is a card that is more
Anthony gaining
problematic.
2 life from the trigger, right?
Yes, putting Anthony up to 22.
I believe Morris drew a Fine Broker here, so it's very good that Anthony had the heads-up play of bring back the Scavenger to get rid of that Carnage Tyrant before Moritz was able to bring it back.
And the problem now for Moritz is, I believe Vraska Alt is on 10.
I think it may be 10 or 11.
Yes. I know 4 mana Vraska Alt is at 9. I believe this one does Alt at 10. And it is on 10 at the moment, which would put Moritz down to 1 life.
Yeah. So I believe because of these menace creatures Vraska has, what does it do? Each creature you control has...
No, that's 4 mana Vraska. This one just puts target player's life total, or target opponent's life total to 1.
Okay, so the attack... Anthony's just gonna... Okay. So it must be... There's no way Vraska ultis here then. Yeah, it must be 11 if Anthony is making these blocks. Trying to protect the...
Well, no.
Oh no, he had to protect it. Okay. So and then attack
Emblem, for... Moritz is on 1, and that is lethal.
Wow, okay. So Anthony showed that Izoni is pretty good, and he seems pretty familiar with the deck, even though he hasn't played too much, seeing the interaction between the Eldest Reborn and Memorial Tofali.
Surprised he's not playing Mono White today,
yeah,
quite frankly. And putting in a good showing, definitely guaranteeing himself a spot in the top 8, which will follow after this. Moritz a bit unlucky there, just on the wrong side of the draws really. Anthony just managing to curve out multiple games and basically just almost an aggro finish each time.
Oh yeah.
And we will see you guys for the next round
in the top 8.